Imagine yourself, you're doing a channel about taxes in France in English.
Quite the niche, quite the niche. Yeah, I remember when you bought French Tax Online, which was a big deal at the time.
That's the reason why I decided to start working with foreigners and not with the French, sorry guys. Yeah, it was quite violent.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly doing my best, but there is no way we can change the presenter. Hello guys and welcome to the French Tax Online channel. Today we're going to do like a podcast, okay? I'm going to speak about taxes, about French Tax Online, about lots of stuff. And today we have, I have the pleasure to be with my quite old friend, Ryan, who's an entrepreneur as well. And fun fact, it's been my very first business partner, because I created Video Comptable, my first company, and he's still the CEO and the owner at the moment. So he's going to be the one asking me the questions today. Ryan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you. That's such a fun story here because, as you said, we've been partners for some times, and I'm about to ask these questions, but also I think that I'm about to put some other questions that are not really prepared, so be ready.
I trust you on this one.
So, Géraud, really happy to be here again. Let's start with the first question and let's see where it goes. So, let's start with just like an introduction about yourself. For those who don't know you, not like me, because I really do know you, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your professional background?
So my name is Géraud, as you know. I am a chartered accountant, so it means that I've got a PhD in accounting and taxation in France. I never studied abroad, which is a fun fact because I try to speak English as best as possible. I created my very first company, which was an accounting company, back in 2017. And then I bought French Tax Online in 2019. It was a very oldish company, pretty much. And then I decided to rebuild everything. And since then, I've always been developing new services, etc., which is why, as you know, I'm doing tax representation for a few years now, and we have been accredited by the French Ministry of Finance in September this year.
So yeah, I remember when you bought French Tax Online, which was a big deal at the time, and as you said, it was kind of like a very old company. You made it what it is today, which I'm really proud of because it means a lot of work, and I'm really happy about that. But can you tell us probably a little bit more about the mission that is behind French Tax Online? I mean, today.
Today, the goal of French Tax Online is really to help people either invest in France or set up or just manage their French taxes. Okay, French Tax Online is working as a group of companies now. We've got 3 different activities. One of them is accounting, so we can help you with any accounting needs. If you want to set up a company, if you want to do some payroll, bookkeeping, VAT return, corporate tax return, etc. We can, of course, also help you close the company. We have a dedicated company in French Tax Online, the main one, which is about individual taxation. So it's more about income tax, wealth tax, trust tax return, etc., right? Of course, we can do the rental tax return as well. If you have an SCI, we can do the tax return as well. And the third one is the newest one, FTO tax representative, which is, of course, obviously, the tax representation, which means we do calculate the capital gain tax when you sell your French property, not being an EU tax resident.
So basically, wherever I could be in the world, if I do have a property or a business or just like some taxes in France, French Tax Online could be the solution, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very clear. Okay. So that's an interesting question, in my opinion, because it's more like a human aspect of your work. So what are the most rewarding aspects of French Tax Online of your work?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. I would say that, I have the feeling that at my very small scale, I am actually bringing something to the world, and I am doing something, for people. It's not about money, it's about helping people to set up in my country, which is great in so many ways, but which can be very complicated.
Challenging.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the reason why I decided to start working with foreigners and not with the French. Sorry, guys. It's because the French, they pay you, you do the work, and then that's it. Because they paid, they got the service, and it's normal if it's great. Foreigners, especially Anglo-Saxon clients, they pay you, you do the work, it's great, and then they take the time to thank you, which is so not French, right? And when I started to work with those people, I was like, whoa, these people that take the time to call me, write me an email or comment on Google. And I'm like, whoa, that's great because they paid me. They're not compelled to do that, right? And to be fair, it's one of the reasons why I really love this job, this company, and so my employees, because during the tax season, we receive thank you email every single week.
Great. That's crazy because indeed in France, it's not like the first thing that you do. Nice. Okay. So just to set up everything, to set up the scene for someone tuning in for the first time here in your YouTube channel or wherever they could, watch or hear this, what kind of content can they expect from French Tax Online?
Basically, I created this channel to bring like added value content about the French taxation system. Okay, so as of now, I've done 20, 25 videos from 5 to 10 minutes, pretty much, about very specific cases about taxes, right? I'm about to change this a little bit, to spread the thing. But at the moment, it's really about France taxation, accounting, how to manage your tax life in France, pretty much.
Very interesting. So helping foreigners that are not experts in the field, knowing how they could get help, not necessarily be your client, but more like just helping them.
Absolutely. It's a lot of free content, and I'm trying to bring as much content as possible to people, free, of course. And that's the beauty of the thing is that I'm doing one video, and I can bring free content to thousands of people instantly, pretty much. And it, of course, do not need to pay for it. And then, of course, if they want more, they can ask us to work with them and, of course, pay because we need to live just like everyone else. But yes, indeed, there's a lot of free content for everyone.
Great. So, how do you approach making complex tax topics accessible and engaging for viewers? Because what you're talking about, it's not something really simple. It's not something really easy. How do you manage to make it so simple as you do in your, videos?
Well, first of all, I believe that everyone, being an expert in his field, uh, thinks that what he's doing is easy. Look, Ryan, I'm doing taxes for 10, 12 years now. So it's quite simple to me, right? I don't even think it's complicated. Of course it is, and I know it is for people. And I'm not forgetting this. And on the other hand, I'm a university teacher. So I'm used to try to teach things to people, teach complicated things to people that are not willing to understand, really. So I believe that it's because of all of this, I'm trying to highlight the very important points of each topic and not more. This is why my videos are quite short at the moment, because 5 to 10 minutes are enough to talk about the basics on the topic. Of course, you're not going to become a chartered accountant by watching my videos.
Which is not the goal, as a matter of fact. But yeah, totally. So just one of the things that you just said. You said that you were teaching in at the university. You are a CPA in France. Just wanted to make sure something is that probably people hearing this might be like, okay, but how could a guy like this, which the whom doesn't looks like he's 60 years old, can be already be doing all of these things? So I just wanted to make clear of one thing is that you've had your CPA diploma here in France, one of like very early, and I think that you were one of the earliest one to have it. I don't think if you have already said something like this, but I know that you did.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I'm trying to be humble, of course. And yeah, you're right. I've been the youngest one. I got it but when I was 25, and I was the youngest one in France this year.
So that's really impressive. I mean, as a friend of yours, and I remember quietly this moment, and that's probably also why you do have this experience at such a young age. So I'm just saying this for anyone watching this and feeling like, okay, but how could he be that young, have that experience, and all of this stuff? So it's just because you just started young, because you had your
I started to work as a trainee chartered accountant when I was 22. I'm going to turn 34 in a few days, on Saturday actually. So yeah, I'm going to have 12 years of experience in taxation already.
Totally, and I can only remember the time we were in high school, doing all of these stuff, and that's so funny because as I was saying before we shot that video. Do you remember? Because we are like right now, for people who don't really know about that. It's just after Christmas. We are December 26th, and I do remember that for the Christmas, the before Christmas season in high school, we were talking a lot about video games, about GTA, and all of these things. Make me remember all of that season. That was really fun.
It is.
So about the content creation, what's been the most challenging topic you've covered on the channel so far?
Whoa. I would say that's all the topic are a bit challenging, especially to people.
Yeah.
I would say that one of them is about capital gains tax for corporate tax companies. SCI with the corporate tax option, because the whole taxation system is different in this case, and it was a real challenge to me to explain people how different things can be from income tax option and corporate tax option, especially with the 5 to 7 minutes video. So guys, please watch it and then you'll see.
Perfect. So also in the same vein, are there any episode or series of videos that you're the most proud of?
Well, you're always very happy when you have a lot of views. And one of my video, one of the first one, is about to reach 25,000 views already. So of course I'm very happy. But am I happy because there are lots of views or because of the video itself? That's a very good question.
Yeah, and also another question could be, what, in your opinion, what is the video that have been receiving the best from your audience? Like, which one have been the one where people were saying, okay, this one is super useful?
Yeah, well,
Is there one?
the income tax video
Okay.
is a good one. And I think that's one of my favorite. Everything you need to know about when buying a property in France. Because this one was challenging to be done because it was quite short, but with a lot of information. And buying a French property is a hard topic. This one is very useful to clients as well. And I've got lots of people telling me, Géraud, this and your guide, it's like perfect to understand the system.
Clear. And how, in the same vein, how do you decide which topics to tackle? Is it based on like where we said what we were saying on viewer feedbacks, trends, or like personal expertise?
Well, when I started the channel 2 years ago, I made a list of topics. It was like 40 topics already. And then it's because of the clients, my employees, my partners, my viewers, everything, sometimes it's just about a low change, There is like rental income taxation in France, which is moving a lot. So it's really about all types of different things.
Interesting. So your audience likely has diverse needs, expats, freelancers, business owners. How do you ensure your content resonates with such a broad group of people?
Well, I cannot do everything. At the moment, I was doing my best to shoot 2 videos a month. So it's quite limited, to be fair. So I had to decide which type of video I had to do. So as of now, I did a lot of videos about taxation, like personal taxation and real estate, because these are my favorites. I really like the topic. I like personal taxation and I really like real estate, as you know. So I did more videos about this topic because I had a limited time. I'm going to do my best to shoot more videos and do more content for the others. So business owners, I'm sorry guys, I promise I will do my best to.
But you're coming. You're coming.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on it. It's on my to-do list.
Okay. What's the most surprising question or comment that you've received from a viewer? Is there something like, I don't know, like funny or whatever?
Yeah. Actually, if you guys check one of my videos, there is a very nice lady who said, well, the video is very good, but you should change the presenter because his English is very bad and his accent is very bad, and we cannot understand anything.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite violent. I found it funny because, guys, I'm French. My name is Géraud. I never went abroad, actually. I learned English in France with my French teachers, with the video games, and with you guys, with my client. So I'm sorry if my English is bad. I'm sorry if my accent is bad. I'm honestly doing my best, but there is no way we can change the presenter.
Plus, I've been listening to a lot of French people talking English. I can literally say that you are on the really, really top tier. So this lady might, probably do, a little tour from in France to better understand.
That's quite funny, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is. So how do you manage periods of high demand, such as tax season, without compromising the quality of your service?
We never do any compromise about quality. So we are doing our best to ask clients, to give us the information for the tax return as early as possible, of course. And then there is no secret. I'm probably working 7 days a week in May, just like every year, from very early until very late. But we are doing our best to finalize everything on time. So guys, please, if you want to work with us, do it early in advance. If you can't make it, then we'll do our very, very best. No worries. But there is no compromise about quality. That's very important to us.
Yeah, I know that. But again, I mean, I know you for quite some times now, and I know that it is something that you do have a point of honor on making sure that you're making it quite good. So about your personal journey, some little things that I might probably know a little bit more than taxations or stuff like this. What sparked your interest in taxation and the whole finance thing?
Well, I like to understand. I don't like paying and not understanding things, and this is why I like figures. Actually, I like to understand things, and I'm very comfortable with this. So I met my parents' chartered accountant when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, why not doing the same job? Seems to be quite nice. We're driving a nice car. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
And I know that you do love cars, but that's probably something that we're gonna go through a little bit afterwards. So, can you share a story or a moment where you realized the importance of simplifying taxes for people?
Well, to be fair, this is an everyday thing. We have leads every day. We've got people contacting us to get some help, pretty much. And there is not a single day where I'm not like, okay, we're doing something great and people need us. We've got lots of elderly people receiving French letters from the tax office, which are quite, how to say in English, a bit aggressive. Yeah, harsh. And these people, they are completely lost, or they are very worried. They're like they can't sleep. So it's very when you receive this client's email, you can tell that this person cannot sleep because of this letter. I had a British couple from the UK a few days ago. They received a 35,000 euros fine for not submitting, a tax return about foreign bank account. These people are not bad people. They just didn't know they had to do it. But because of miscommunication with the tax office, now they end up with a 35,000 euros fine. Can you imagine this?
That's crazy.
No worries, we've been able to help them because we are working with a tax lawyer. We don't do this, we don't do a tax investigation directly. That's not our job, but we have someone doing this very well, and we are about to fix this. So, to be fair, to go back to the question, there is not a single day where I'm not like, okay, we're doing this great, and people need it, actually.
Yeah. So also what I can understand here is that there's also psychological help, not just like a financial help where you just helping them with the taxation and stuff. There's also psychological help. also because these people, they don't know how it works in France with the administration, and they can rely on you to make it work.
Absolutely. I would say sometimes it's more psychological than really taxation, because people are worried about taxes. They are worried about the letters. They're worried about the tax agents who do not speak English, who are a bit aggressive, you know. So yeah, absolutely, you're completely right. It's absolutely psychological.
Yeah, and we all. I mean, I'm trying to get into their place, into their shoes. I mean, I feel like if I was to have, I don't know, like a business in Australia, for example, and I would be in France, you know, receiving this type of letter, not knowing how it works out there, I would love to have someone telling me, "Hey, Ryan, it's so good. I got it. It's nothing really important. I know how to deal with that. I know how to do this, do that," and that would be great to hear, literally. In your day-to-day life, as the CEO of French Tax Online, what does a typical day look like for you?
There is not a typical day in my position because I'm either in the office or driving around France or the UK or the US to meet people. So I'd say that there is a day in France in my office. I'm doing 8 to 8 pretty much, you know. I'm constantly speaking to people, okay? I'm not doing work directly. I'm not doing operational work anymore. I've got employees, of course, and I'm training them. I'm answering the questions, solving the problems, pretty much. Lots of HR as well, as you can guess. I'm working on my content, working on new partnership, and then 2 times a month, pretty much, 2-3 days each, I'm taking a car or the train or whatever to go meet the people. For example, in January, I'm going to Dordogne to meet some partners, and I'm going to Paris as well. I'm trying to be in Paris every month, pretty much. And when I'm away, it's never the same because I always meet new people. And my wife says that I'm paid to drink coffees with the people, and that's pretty much the case.
Your wife is saying that?
Yeah.
That's funny. And I can see her saying that. But also, I mean, I was saying, what is a typical day? You were talking about work, which is great because that's really important. But what about outside work? I know you do a lot of sport. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'm a CrossFit guy. Some of my friends make fun about that. They call me CrossFit guy.
And I know about these guys. I'm not one of them. Just
No, you're not. But some others do. So yes, guys, I'm going to CrossFit 3 times a week at least, trying to play tennis, trying to play squash as well. I'm trying to swim, and I'm trying to run a little bit as well, depending on the time. I'm the father of a very young daughter now. She's called Victoire. And this is taking a bit of time, to be honest. So tennis is about to be reduced a little bit. So I have an announcement to be done today. I think I will end my tennis career.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, I can already hear everyone.
Yeah, I won't be the Roland Garros this year.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so.
Sorry, guys. Oh man. Okay. How do you balance running the channel? I mean, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about content. How do you balance running the channel, creating content, and staying on top of the ever changing tax landscape, which I think might change every months or 6 months or so here in France?
No, it doesn't change that often. It changes once a year, pretty much, with the loi de finance. Being a chartered accountant, we have to do some training. It's mandatory to be a chartered accountant and to remain a chartered accountant. So I'm doing 2, 3, 4 professional trainings every year, okay? And then I'm actually reading a lot. It's a part of my day-to-day routine. I'm always reading stuff about taxation, etc. And of course, I'm reading stuff about what my field of expertise. So it's about taxes for foreigners, real estate, etc. And given that we are in a niche, things don't change that much in my niche. So it's not crazy, you know. It's just a matter of being aware of things, and you have to ask questions, read things every day about that. But it's not huge. I mean, that's not the biggest issue I face. I believe that the most complicated is to to be fair, to run the channel and doing the content on top of being an entrepreneur, having employees, speaking with the clients, speaking with the partners, etc., etc. That's the tricky part.
I get it. And let's talk a little bit more about the channel itself. How challenging has it been to grow the channel to what it is today?
Ryan, imagine yourself, you're doing a channel about taxes in France in English.
Quite a niche. Quite a niche.
That's a niche. And to be honest with you, when I started the channel, I had no, expectations, because I was like, okay, maybe I will have 50 subscribers, including my mom, my cat, and my wife, right? So it was a test. And I wanted to use the videos for my own clients, actually, because my employees told me that they always had the same questions. And repeating is always it's still work. So I was like, okay, what if I was doing videos about very specific questions, which we could send to the clients or the lead? And that was pretty much the beginning of the channel. At first, we wanted to do that for our own existing clients. And then started to grow. We had, very good feedback, because the clients are very happy. They're like, oh, we never thought we would find this type of content on YouTube, especially in English. So I was like, oh, that's great. And I told myself, let's do it 1 year. Because when I do something, I do it 100%, as you know. And then we'll see whether it works or not. And after a year, I think I had leads, quite a lot of leads. I had lots of feedback, good feedback. People are happy. And I'm okay, let's do it more. I bought all the stuff, this YouTube studio, which is my place, actually. And I'm very happy now with the outcome. We are 3,400 subscribers as of now, which is not too bad, given that it's a very niche topic.
That is great. That is great, in my opinion. And just to get back to what you said, so the thing is that it just came from the need of your own client that were willing to know a little bit more about stuff, and it was recurrent every day. So you decided to do this kind of like an FAQ, like just to answer people's question, and then you figured out that, okay, so probably not only my client might be needing to hear about that, but also other people.
Yeah, well, if my clients wondered about these topics, why not the others? And why not showing all these people around that we are the right company to work with? It's easy to say, hey guys, we're the best. It's different to say, not to say we're the best, just to say, we don't say anything, just here's content, here's added value. And then you can make your own choice. Would you like to work with us or with someone else who doesn't prove that they are knowledgeable? That was my idea.
Totally. So what advice would you give to someone trying to navigate the French tax system for the very first time? What would you tell them?
Well, just watch French tax online videos. That's very simple.
And by the way, as I've been probably watching not all of them, but a huge part of it, I can say that it is really easy. It makes it really easy to understand what is going on. And of course, sometimes I feel like, okay, if I was about to do this, I'd rather call Géraud or someone of his team to work on it. But it makes you have an idea of how it works and makes it a little bit, again, the psychological part, it makes it a little bit more tangible to understand. So it's quite good in that way too. So what about the future of the channel? What is it going to be? So looking ahead, what's next for French Tax Online? And is there any exciting projects or new series in the works right now?
Yeah, it is. So again, to be completely honest with you, Ryan, I am a bit fed up with the 5 minutes videos where I speak like a robot in front of my camera. I did 20, 25 of them as of now, and I was a bit pissed, as I said to my video guy, Josué, who's around. That's it. That's enough. It's not fun anymore. And in life, I'm like a kid. I like having fun all the time. And of course, when I started the videos, it was exciting.
Of course.
Now I'm bored. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to do the script, I have to film, I have to wait, I have to do the subscribers. Well, that was, boring.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that it's boring for the subscribers as well, because it's not funny to see me talking about a very complex topic in 5 minutes. And this is why I wanted to create this podcast thing, which I think is more entertaining. I'm not alone. There is no script. There is no prompt. This is very natural. So yeah, we're going to do more of these podcasts, a bit longer. This is going to be more natural about all kinds of topics. Probably we're going to expand a bit more than just taxes and accounting. I'm fond of France. I know this country very well. We might speak about where to live, what to travel, restaurant, lifestyle, pretty much, for people willing to move to France. Because again, that's my clientele. One more thing, we should do a vlog around France, because I'm a petrol head, as you might understand. And with my friend Richard from French Connection HCB, we should do a quite long vlog in April, May, with nice cars, traveling around France, meeting partners, meeting clients, going to nice restaurants, etc., etc. So yes, this is going to change. I will still do some boring videos, okay, because we need it. We all
Boring but useful.
technical, yeah, of course. We all need technique, but we're going to do some more funny stuff and more France than just taxes.
Perfect. Engaging the community. How can viewers get more involved with the channel? First question. And are there opportunities for collaborations or community-driven content? Like, I don't know, probably polls, for people to tell you, okay, can you tell a little bit more about this or about that and stuff like this?
Sure. Well, at the moment, subscribers, the people, the audience, they send me comment or email, So you guys can contact me through the channel or by email, whatever. If you want to work with me, if you want to do some common videos, if you have any idea, just contact me and then we can discuss it. I'm very open-minded. I like new ideas, new stuff, So don't hesitate, just contact me, get in touch, and then we'll see.
Yeah, so for example, someone having a problem with anything regarding France because they live, for example, in the US, they would feel like, okay, I have nothing on that subject, or everything that I have in that subject in internet is not quite clear to me. Géraud, can you please do something about this? Can you do a video about this so it makes it a little bit easier for me to understand?
Absolutely. Just get in touch and then I'll be very happy to discuss.
Okay, very clear. So how can people find you? How can they connect with you with French Tax Online? How can they talk to you and know a little bit more about what you do?
Very simple. YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook as well. We have email, we have WhatsApp, we have phone number, we have a very nice coffee machine in the office in Marseille. So you guys can contact us with any different way. We would be very happy to reply, get in touch, and then answer your questions.
Great. Okay, so any final message for the audience or for potential subscribers that are listening or watching us right now?
Well, guys, do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We are very nice, very friendly. We always reply to questions. There is no stupid question. We'll be very happy to help you. If we cannot, we will reply anyway. So just don't hesitate. We are very nice, and we will help you. We will do our very best to help you guys.
Great. Well, thank you, Géraud. I think it's a wrap up for this video, and I hope we have helped people knowing a little bit more about you, about French Tax Online.
Yes.
And do not hesitate.
Thank you, Ryan, for the interview. It was very nice, very funny, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to try to do a bit more of this if it works and if you guys like it, actually. Thank you very much.